first. I'm the really. Okay, sorry.
Like, that was so really.
Go ahead, you start off.
Okay, so first of all, shout out to everybody that's been following the movement.
Yes,
as
shout out to
always,
y'all.
please subscribe. Push that button right there.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
pause the video real quick. Subscribe,
Can
then
you-
come back.
Please, because we know you guys. We get emails and inboxes. Can I say that? Inboxes, is that right?
Direct messages.
Direct messages. You get and you guys saying how much you love us, and we love y'all too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna be talking about depression and anxiety.
And I feel anxious right now, like, because that we're about to talk about it. Like, I'm just like, ugh.
She's nervous, and a lot of people are dealing with this, but you can get over it.
Yeah, you can definitely get through it.
So
and find
Kay's gonna
ways
go
to do it.
first.
I feel like the time when I was most depressed was when I was in 11th grade. Like, most depressed in my life. So, as you all know, my mom passed away from breast cancer. She was first diagnosed when I was in 5th grade, went into remission, came back when I was in 7th grade, went into remission, came back for the final time when I was in 11th grade. So, you know, she told us about it and everything, and I was just like, I actually understood it more since I was older. I was 16, about to turn 17 at this point. So it was really hard for me, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything. Like, I tried to like quit everything I was doing just so I could like help out and stuff, whatever. But she didn't want me to do that. She wanted me to continue, you know, living my life and stuff like she was doing. Like, you would have never known she was sick. I didn't know what was gonna happen, so I was very anxious at this time. Being in high school, you know, a teenager, dealing with that, my mom's basically dying, I guess I could say that. Dealing with just regular academic stuff. Like, I was struggling with trigonometry. If you know that math is not my thing. I was not in the healthiest relationship at the time. So I was going through a lot or whatever. And I feel like that was the time that I was most depressed. And I feel like it was a lot of other stuff going on too. Like, I was a teenager. Like, there's just off that, like, there's gonna be stuff going on. I have really great memory. Like, I remember things from when I was 3, 4, like, no joke, like, very detailed too. And I don't remember a lot of stuff that happened when I was in 11th grade. A lot of stuff like that's very like cloudy in my memory from that year. That's how depressed I was. Like, I would cry literally every day, like every night when I went home, I would cry. And this is from November to May. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, 6 months. Literally, just maybe one day out of the week I didn't cry, but the other days I did, because I didn't know what was gonna happen to my mom. So yeah, that was probably the time that I was most depressed.
Of course, my depression was my divorce was my depression, and we talked a little bit.
The most, you mean?
The most depressed. Thinking to myself that I'm a failure, even though I've accomplished so much, because of the fact that you kind of shiver.
No, my finger was here. You moved the chair and it got caught.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Just thinking of, you know, I'm a failure. I'm, you know, 33 years old. I just recently got my GED. You know, I've done a lot of things in my life, but I haven't done that most people would say you're very accomplished, you know, doing tours and a lot of kids looking up to me, but it's never good enough for me. So I was depressed by that. And then to top it all off, my divorce was the nail in the coffin for me. It's like I talk to so many people about their relationships, and people look at me as a relationship guru, the people that I talk to, and for my marriage to go to flames was just depressing for me. I had a low-key fear of people walking away from me.
So what was your depression like with the divorce? Like,
it wasn't even so much the divorce. You know, being strong for my kids was the biggest thing, and it was tough, man. It was tough, you know, to just be there and have to have kids involved in that, and you know, it was a lot, man. And I felt like for once I felt helpless. I felt like I wasn't Superman no more. It wasn't just about me, it was about somebody else, and every day was a depression walk. every day was I'm thinking to myself, what are people thinking about me? How do they feel about me? You know, people looking at me as this figure, and I was very well known at my church and in the community, and for that to just fall down to the ground and burn.
You felt pressure.
Yeah, but it was in my brain. I put these thoughts. Nobody said anything to me. They wasn't bold enough to say it to me, but I felt the pressure. So my depression was at an all-time high. How did you get over your depression?
How did I deal with it?
Yeah, how did you deal with your depression?
I would say I would talk to the people that I trusted the most and felt understood me the most. Sometimes those were like my closest friends because they knew like everything about me. Also for me, like when I'm going through something, I just like to stay busy. Like I was reading something in Khloe Kardashian's book. I wish I remember what exactly she called it, but it was like, she called it positive, was a positive distraction? Something like that. But basically, like, I would just make sure that I was like doing stuff that I loved, doing stuff that helped other people, and doing stuff that helped me to grow as a person. So like being in organizations, being on certain teams, holding certain positions, doing fun things with my friends. Like I was always doing something, and that helped me to like keep my mind off of the other things. It was kind of like therapy for me, honestly, because when I was feeling down or like upset about stuff that was going on, that mainly happened when I was like by myself and laying down about to go to sleep, having time to like really think about everything. And I did make sure that I was actually dealing with it, but so that I wasn't like feeling sorry for myself or feeling like depressed 24/7. Like I made sure that I stayed active, and did things that made me happy. Also, I did go to therapy for a little bit after my mom passed away, and they helped with that, as well as like the other things I was going through that I told you I dealt with in high school, whatever. And that helped me too. One thing I remember is that like I would talk about when I would like have my breakdowns and stuff, and he told me to write down what exactly I was doing at that moment when it happened and what made me calm down or whatever. So I started writing it down. Like if I would start crying, if I was doing something or thinking about something specific, I would start crying, I would write it down or whatever. And then like I started noticing like what I would be doing and what would trigger those things or whatever. And that helped me to deal with it in different ways. So find someone to talk to about it, that you trust. Talk like how you feel about it, write it down, like journaling or have a diary or something. Find things that you love doing that will get your mind off those things, and don't stop what you're doing. Like use however you're feeling to help yourself grow and to help other people. That's another thing too. When other people are going through things, like that's one positive that I take from this experience. I try to take a positive out of every experience, no matter how bad it may seem. And that's one positive. Like use whatever you are going through to learn, and then give back to other people. There's plenty of people that are going through what you're going through or something similar, or even if it's not something similar that they're going through, they may be that down. Like they may feel the way that you were feeling, and your experience can help them and can change their life. I've seen that happen. So that's my thing.
Okay.
How did you deal with your depression?
Well, now it's better. It's a lot better. No matter who you are, man, life happens to us all, and you can't control it. You can't control how it's going to happen. Just know it's going to happen to you, and if it hasn't happened to you, it may not be death. It may be something different, but life is going to hit you, and when it hits you, you're going to know it. So I started to just take it in. Realize, wow, people are going to look at me like a failure. But if I don't look at myself as a failure, then I'm not a failure. Because people are going to judge you as much as they can. But it's what you believe about yourself that's actually going to show up. So I stopped letting my divorce, be the gray cloud above my head. And I let my thoughts be my sunshine. And I told myself, hey man, it's okay. That's the past. That's the past. You know, the past is the past. She's always trying to correct somebody. The past is history. You know, and I think the future is what it says. The future is something. It's something that was on Panda. I don't remember it. I gotta go back and listen to it. But I had to remember that, you know, the past is the past, and you can't do it. You can't change the past. You can either run from it or learn from it. Lion King. It caused me to just like have a better relationship with my ex wife. It caused me to have a better relationship with her because I went within myself. If you don't go within, you'll do without. So I went within and said, you know, Jason, you're gonna either run from your past or learn from it. So I learned from it, and I came in and I just started to deal with whatever was going on. Any depressed thing that came in my brain, I dealt with it. I didn't run from it. Yeah, what about how your kids are gonna feel? Well, let's deal with that when it happens. You know, instead of all the way going there, what is gonna happen? And now I'm stressed and my daughters are still happy. And it was bad. I laughed because it was real, man. I'm sitting there stressed, thinking that my daughters is having overwork. And you left me out.
Anyway, so
that's what I did, y'all. And I mean, you got to understand this, man. Sometimes your mind will make you run. Your mind, if you let your mind is a child, and it'll just take off running. So this is the part of the segment where we're going to talk about anxiety.
That always happens.
I have to admit, I struggle with anxiety a lot. Who? You got something you want to talk to me about? You got something you want to say? Yeah. She got so much to say. Huh? She got so much to say, but then when I'm trying to talk to her, no, don't think I'm laughing. No, now it's kisses and love.
I'm just saying.
Anxiety will hit me out of nowhere. Anxiety will make me feel like, okay, she's gonna leave me.
So that's the thing you're most anxious about?
Being left.
I gotta pee. Hold on. This is the bathroom, y'all. If y'all ever wonder what this door leads to. The bathroom. You still recording? Jesus.
What? No, are you kidding me?
What?
Are you kidding me?
Okay. Oh, wait. The soap smells so good. Okay. Good. Babe, come on. You wasting time.
Am I? Am I wasting time?
Baby, come on.
Now you go ahead.
Fix your posture. Oh.
Is this what my life gonna be like?
Yes. Are you done talking about your anxiety?
No, so that's my anxiety. My anxiety is that thinking that people are gonna leave me, that I'm gonna have.
So what does it feel like when that happens?
It feels like my stomach gets kind of queasy, my mind gets off. I feel like I'm not good enough for her. That'll take her away from me. And that was one of the biggest things in our relationship. That was a big thing for me, because if she had interest in anybody else other than me, it would make me feel afraid, like somebody else had that some other person had a chance other than me, and I didn't compare. I never think I told you that before.
No. New to me.
So.
But no, babe, you don't have to worry about that.
So I've always tried to be the best that I could be. And if she seemed like she had interest or it was something.
Did I ever seem like that?
No, I'm just saying like that's how my mind would do it. So if she ever seemed like she had fun in the previous relationship, or somebody in the previous relationship did something that was really amazing to her, in the back of my mind it would scare me because it's like I don't compare.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Like, I'm just a real person, so like, and when it comes to my exes or people I was involved with, I'm not gonna bash. Like, I'm not gonna really bash them. Like, I feel like the past 3 people, like, it wasn't anything bad about them. Like, maybe things with us, but like they weren't bad people. So I'm real. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I talked to him about my past exes, whatever. He talks to me about his, and like, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, since let me be fit, like I'm in a new relationship, so this, like I'm not that person.
That's real. I think, but for me, I just get, I want to be the best. I want to be her supreme. I want to be her.
You
everything.
are. I mean, I'm not still with those people.
No, but even with that, but that's real. But for me, it makes me feel like if there's a part where I don't feel super in that area, I feel like I can't be super in that area to you if I don't feel super.
Well, there's areas that I'm not super in, but where we help each other. I like you for who you are. Like, that's why I'm with you. But I understand, like, that's just your anxiety. So for me, I feel like my anxiety is just doing things the right way. Like, when it comes to getting stuff done. I feel like Sundays are the days that I'm the most anxious because the week's about to start and I'm like, oh my gosh, a week's about to start. Like, I gotta be on top of my stuff, whatever. And I wanna be good at what I'm doing. Like, I wanna be the best at it. So if I don't, I'm still a new teacher. I'm about to be in my 3rd year. So if I don't know something or I'm not as knowledgeable about something, I get really anxious. Like, I'm very anxious right now. Like, I go back to work next Monday in a week. And I'll be teaching 2nd grade reading, and I'm super excited. Like, I've taught ELA in the past, but it was 6th and 7th grade, and last year I was a reading interventionist, and this is something new. I'm just anxious, one, when I don't know, when I'm trying to figure out how to do something the best, honestly, and 2, if I don't know what's going on. Like, I want to know what's going on. Like, I'm the type of person where you can't tell me, oh, I gotta talk to you about something, but I'll talk to you about it tomorrow morning. No, do not do that to me because I will go crazy. What do you think?
That is really funny because Kay, she acts like she's really tough, and she does what I call angry tears, where she does this. Because she don't want to cry. And I'm looking at her like, girl, if you don't let them tears go.
Because we know you let them go.
Yeah, I let them go. How about she got so much anxiety? Ooh, I heard her dirty. But she's crying a lot more in our relationship now. She's letting it flow. Ooh.
There's not a lot of people that see me cry. Even like my closest friends, some of them have never.
And I didn't see her cry like she be just.
See me cry.
And she just break because she a water bag. She my baby. Baby, yes, she baby. Not come on now. Don't get that.
Okay. Anyways, we talking about my anxiety, babe, not about my tears.
That's the part that's all together.
So what? Give an example of when I start crying from anxiety. Then.
So if school is coming up and she feels like she doesn't have anything prepared, now mind you, she went to the store 7 times and got everything on her list. Everything.
He not doing a video with these glasses on anymore because he getting on my nerves.
Everything. And then she'll come back and say, baby, I just too much. But here's the thing. Kay cries over stuff that she knows how to do. The thing that she does not know, she becomes really strong, passionate, and wrong about. But the things that she does know how to do, she cries and gets stressed and anxiety over.
I don't know. I just like being good at stuff, at everything.
That's what I'm saying. She's the girl version of me. Like, I do believe in, and if I'm not the best at it, I don't want to do it sometimes. Like, And and my anxiety comes from processes. Come on, y'all. I don't hear nobody helping me yet. The church should have screamed, and everybody in the audience should have jumped. And people should type amen. Listen, the process is the realest thing. Having to deal with a process like not getting it like that, like, okay, yeah, you failed. And then you failed again. And then you failed again. And you're not getting it. It seems like you're not getting it. Yeah, you failed one more time. What? But if you hold on, you're going to get it. I just failed 10 times. What do you mean? But go with the process. Like, anxiety.
So how do you deal with anxiety?
So this is how I deal with anxiety. I deal with what's in front of me. Because if you pay attention to anxiety, you're getting frustrated about something that hasn't happened yet. If say my thoughts tell me she gonna leave you, she gonna leave. What you gonna do when she walk away from you? What you gonna do? And I used to be like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Then I guess I'll be strong. I guess I'll be strong. Or I guess I'll be this, I guess I'll be that. Oh, I don't do that no more. I say, we'll see when it happens. We'll see if it happens. Now what I've just done is I've taken the power from my anxiety and I've given it back to myself. So now I'm in control of my destiny.
For me, how I deal with my anxiety is by talking to people. Like, I usually get in my group chat with my little friends.
And she stay in that thing.
Shout out to Megan, shout out to Shamika, shout out to Tara, shout out to Veronica. She's not in the group chat but I talk to my friends about it. I tell them, and they help to calm me down. They like have different perspectives about it, obviously, because they're not in. They're more logical than what I am when I'm feeling really anxious. So they help to calm me down. I'm like, okay, you're all right. I got this. Whatever. I talked to Jason about it. He helps calm me down a lot. What else do I do when I'm anxious? What do I do when I'm anxious? I make to-do lists. How do I deal with it though, babe? Usually after I cry, I feel better.
Yeah.
But nobody ever sees me cry. Like,
before I met you, I could tell you hid your tears hard. I could tell you hid them. Because you don't like for nobody to see you cry. You angry. And then you mad that you crying. Like, just crying it over with. And then she cried and then
I cry about small things, y'all. Like if I'm late, that's another thing. If I'm going to be late, I'm very anxious. Like, I'll be like, oh my gosh, because I have to be there on time. Like, I try to be professional, whatever. Like, if I'm gonna be late and it's something beyond my control, like, I'll start crying. I get frustrated.
And if you understand signs, she's a Capricorn. Capricorns make small stuff big.
That's how I deal with it. I talk to people. They help me get out of my head. I make to-do lists in my phone. Like, I'll write it out, and I feel so good. I put emojis beside it as I check one thing off, whatever, and I feel so good when I'm done. And I'm like, okay, I did all that. Like, I'm ready. Like, with my Sunday anxiety, like, I'll feel anxious like the whole day, because I'm like, okay, I got a plan for the week or whatever. Like, when I wake up, I'm like, okay, here we go. But then once I get into the school, I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm ready to go.
What you like?
All right, y'all, I'm ready to go.
Do it one more time.
Out. Veronica, she
You named
get me. She don't care. Do you, girl? She gets me together, like, for real. She be like, all right now, da 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 da, and I'm like, okay, you're right.
Veronica see you cry?
No, the only time she almost saw me cry was one time they were telling me about myself, like, and it was stuff I needed to hear, but they were telling me about myself, and I started tearing up a little bit, but that was probably it. Anyways, I wanted to make sure that we were like giving good advice about how to deal with anxiety. So I went to Anxiety and Depression Association of America website, and coping strategies: take time out, eat well-balanced meals, limit alcohol and caffeine, get enough sleep, exercise daily, take deep breaths, count to 10 slowly, do your best, accept that you cannot control everything. That's something he said. Welcome humor. That's something I agree with. He turns everything into a joke, so I can't stay sad or mad for long.
No, I do not. Maintain
a positive attitude. It says make an effort to replace negative thoughts with positive ones. So find a positive in everything, like I said. Get involved. I said get involved with things that you like doing that make you feel good. Learn what triggers your anxiety. And it says what I said. It says, is it work, family, school, or something else you can identify? Write in a journal when you're feeling stressed or anxious and look for a pattern. That worked for me. And talk to someone. Tell friends and family you're feeling overwhelmed and let them know how they can help you. Talk to a physician or therapist for professional help. But yeah, so basically everything we just said.
We did that.
Hey.
So that's the Jay&Kay show. Don't be depressed. And don't
It's not don't be depressed. Don't let depression take over your life because you can't help it.
Right, and don't let anxiety take over your life. So I'm Jay.
Okay.
You didn't do it.
Okay.
Little girls all across the world are gonna do that now. Like an AKA. That look. She ain't like that, Joe.
All right, we're gonna end this video real quick. He's Jay. I'm Kay. Goodbye.
Baby, wait. You can't just do it like that.
What? You got something else to say to the people?
Oh,
To the good people?
baby, she up feelings, ain't she, y'all?
Anyways, subscribe to our channel, share the videos if you feel like it helped you or could help somebody else. If you have any specific questions you want to ask about these things, leave it in the comments below. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video.
So as always, I'm Jay.
I'm Kay.
And thank y'all for tuning in to our lovely, what is it? Vlog?